shot.
Hits him. One shot.
I am sweating. I'm working hard.
Let's go, guys.
My name is Cynthia and I'm from Sacramento, California. I started officiating in 2016, so this is officially my 6th year. Last season I worked Division 3, and this summer I'm so thankful it got picked up for Division 1, so I'll be working the Big East, Atlantic 10, the MAC, the Ivy League, and also the America East. Something that I really like about RDP is I honestly believe that's changed the way I've thought about how to officiate the game and just officiate the game in general. I find that a lot of the pro referees have very like-mindedness to them, and learning how to run the game, learning the importance of the rules and also studying the rules. Being in RDP has helped me tremendously with all that. After joining RDP, I'm super thankful that I did, because it made me realize that there are definitely levels to this, and I recognized that when I met the NBA referees and seeing how they talk through the game and how they approach the game. And so being in RDP, I really like that there's an emphasis in learning the rules, but also knowing the mechanics, and also learning how to think like-minded as the NBA officials do, because I feel like they have a like-mindedness to them, and so the RDP program has really taught me that, and there's abundance amount of resources for us RDPs to get better, so this program is really unique in that way.
Hi, my name is Ashley Olson. I'm from Staten Island, New York. What inspired me to become a referee was the fact that I was a former basketball player and also a former coach. So being part of the game is something that is really important to me, and also being a part of the game is something that is really awesome to do, even though I no longer play the game. I've been officiating at the women's college basketball level for the past 5 years. I'm currently a Division 1, 2, and 3 women's college basketball official for the NCAA, with the bulk of my work coming from the Northeast Conference, the Patriot League, and the MAC. So the RDP program is an awesome experience thus far. The one thing that I will talk about are the people that are in the program with me. They're all highly dedicated, very motivated, and they just want to learn. And being a part of this group has helped me grow as an individual, but also as a group. I think all of us just want to get better and accomplish the goal that we want to be G League officials and then beyond that. So I think just being a part of a group that just wants to get better is the main experience, and that's the one thing that I think helps us all, but also helps me in my experience.
Jafar Kinsey from Syracuse, New York. I played basketball my entire life. After college, I decided I wanted to pursue a refereeing career. My father, who was a former NBA referee, played a huge role in me getting started, and ever since then, I've just been taking it to wherever I can take it. This will be my 4th year in total. This will also be my 1st year in Division 1. I'm currently doing the Ivy and the Patriot League, and also I'll be in the Big South, as well as some Division 2 leagues, as well as Division 3 and junior college. So the RDP program has definitely been pretty amazing ever since I started. Just being around everyone in the office every day, and, sharing ideas and bouncing off different knowledge from one another. I think that's definitely helped me as an official, and also just being in the program in general, I think it's definitely helped me become a better person and also a better official in general. And I think it's been changing my life for the better.
I'm Jackie Dover. I'm from Queensland, Australia. I was inspired to start refereeing from being around the game growing up as a kid, injuries, and just wanted to stay a part of the game and on the court as much as I could. So I started refereeing 5-6 years ago. I enjoy being on the court the most about refereeing. I've worked a lot of men's leagues in terms of like games and things, and just being on the court for the good basketball player. It's the best seat in the house. So I mean, staying a part of the game, being able to just be involved in the sport, and having a seat on the house is what I enjoy the most. To get to the RDP program for me, I put my officiating profile up on the NBA officiating website, and was lucky enough to be able to go to Chicago for the national tryouts when they had G League tryouts there. So for me, that was able to get myself in front of the scouts, being from Australia and not in the systems over here. And then from there, COVID hit, so I was able to be a part of the pipeline process, join the calls on Zoom across that period of time, and just stay in touch with my scout with some game tape from the NBL and the leagues I worked in Australia. And then I was really lucky to be able to apply for the RDP program and then be selected to move halfway around the world over here and be a part of it now. Prior to the RDP program, I refereed the NBL in Australia, and I'm also a FIBA referee, so I was fortunate enough to go to the Hungary World Cup for under-17 women earlier this year. And then prior to that, over the past 5 years, just working State League and the Women's National League in Australia as well. The best part about RDP so far is being able to experience things like the replay center, being able to work games weekly and learn the rules and apply them on court, and then being able to sit in on the WRPSM and the RPSM as well, and just be in the same room as some of the top officials in the world is definitely the highlight for me so far.
Hey, my name is Carlos Andres Peralta Ortega from Ecuador. What inspired me was my dad to become a referee. He teach me, he support me, he worked with me, and also now I am professional referee. How was the process? How to become right here? Was really good. I was invited from FIBA, from the NBA, 2017 to the Summer League. Was an amazing experience. I can share the court with NBA referees, learn many things about officiating. After that, I went for a FIBA tournament in Canada, and I meet with the scoutings in that game. I have really lucky. After that, they invite me and said, why not? This is a good opportunity to learn. It's a good opportunity to grow up like a referee, like a person. And said, yes, it's my dream. Why I don't come to here to be a professional NBA referee? Yeah, the RDP program, yes, it's an amazing opportunity to grow up, to learning, because we have excellent teachers, instructors. We have support like videos, the video breakdown. We have different ways to learn, different tools with Zoom meetings, with personal meetings, and also we have two games per week, and also we improve our mechanics, our rule knowledge, and everything about the basketball with the pro rules. Just another one, a really good thing is about my FIBA nominations. They give me the space and the free time to can work with the FIBA, and also I went for the qualifiers for the World Cup. Also I went for the BCL, the best tournament in America, and also the America. It was a really good experience, and also I put more experience in my bag with this program too.
Hi, my name is Dominique Harris, and I'm from Los Angeles, California. My initial introduction into officiating came from George Tolliver, where I met him when I was interning at NBA Summer League. Officiating has become more than just officiating for me. It's something that's given me my voice back and giving me courage, and I am so excited about this journey. I'm currently refereeing in NUBOC, TBL, and Overtime Elite. What I love most about being in the RDP is that the resources that we have. It is an extremely inclusive environment. It's fully immersive. It's like being at camp every day. And besides that, the most important thing is the team. We have a completely supportive team, starting from our supervisor, Matt Augustin, to our teacher, Mr. Capers, to Monty, to George. We can't fail. And so I feel that this opportunity, I just want to be a sponge, and this allows me to be a sponge with the world's greatest referees.
Hi, My name is Jim Capers from New York City. I've been involved with the National Basketball League for a number of years. Started off as a referee for 23 years, then I became a reviewer, then I became an observer, then I became a group supervisor, which is currently DAs, and went back to expert reviewer, and my current position right now with the league is training referees for the RDP program. The RDP program entails my teaching of fundamentals in the following factions. 1, mechanics. 2, play calling. 3, I have what I call a growth period. 4, court presence. 5, crew dynamics. 6, game management. 7, quarter by quarter. 8, running the game. That will entail all the functions of all the phases that I've just mentioned. In order to obtain perfection in the areas that I have just mentioned, we have day of game preparations on Mondays and Tuesdays. On Wednesdays we have one-on-ones, and on Thursdays and Fridays we have tape breakdowns of the games that were worked on Monday and Tuesday, along with rules interpretations. My goal for the RDP trainees is to prepare them to meet the challenges of the grassroots competition.
In red, on the crew is Ashley, Carlos, and myself. So we're going to talk a little bit about the team tendencies and the player tendencies. First, we'll start off with the green team. Green's a pretty well-rounded team. Defensively, sometimes they run a man-to-man defense or a zone depending on who they play. Number 0, Small Mo. Typically one of their higher scorers. He averages probably the most points out of all the teams, mostly every season. Well-rounded player who loves to drive downhill. He'll kick out to his teammate or pull up for a jump shot any chance he gets. He can score pretty well from pretty much from anywhere. I have one clip that kind of shows the way he plays. It's so perfect because it literally happens in one possession. He'll pull up from anywhere, come in from perimeter, get rebound, drive, kick to his teammates. So we always need to be aware, but also staying engaged when he runs in and crashes the boards to get a rebound, making sure that we're prepared to assist on rebounding and anticipating the next play when he dishes it into his teammates. Number 4, I have him defending the rim pretty well. He'll block shots, and so with him, we have to remind ourselves to keep our air physically low when he's in the post or chasing a play down in transition. With him, I feel like we really have to discern between what's illegal and what's illegal versus just ugly play. Block charge play. First, we're talking about coverage, and I got some clarification on this. We said that this should be new lead's responsibility or primary whistle. I got some clarification from Mark, and he says this primary whistle should be slot.
He says slot?
Yeah, slot. We would have put ourselves in a box throughout the whole game, and that would have been our standard. So I love that the crew didn't guess on this and decided to go with the no call. But we're going to have a lot of plays with him, big and small, so we really have to discern what's illegal and what's just ugly.
As a team defensively, they play really good defense, but sometimes they do get sloppy, so just being aware of that. And we're going to have a lot of jump shooters on the other side, so making sure that we're protecting those shooters from those defenders.
That's up, down, rebound.
Down, rebound.
But where? What part of the court?
On the perimeter.
On the perimeter, okay, so bring that out. I would also bring out what kind of hand are we talking about? Are we talking about a hot stove hand? Or are we talking about a stayed hand to be away?
The arm bars especially.
There you go.
It's like red run a lot and they have a faster shooters. And maybe we can have this problem in transition. Maybe we have a transition fouls. Now we use the take foul. We need to be ready for a clear path.
The line and take charges. So if you are in the lead, you try to find secondary defender and then also restricted arc because he's usually down there. But besides that, that's it.
Team. I mean, they laugh about it when they don't get it and they get the defensive foul because they're like, oh damn, it was worth a shot. But they, similar to in the paint, they try to get in front of them and stop that transition with the taking a block charge. So just having awareness of that. And then the take fouls if they are going to stop it and that type of thing, just to remind them.
Yeah. Well, it's good.
Come on, you got juice, you got juice.
44. Hit. 2. 7. Hits him. 1 shot.
One, pull, side out. Come on, guys, come on. Come on. I said, only come on. That's it.
Yeah, the last 2. Okay. I like where we are. Just keep it up, have a long way going to the basket and then transition. So where we are right now, penalty both ways. They're going to advance the ball. We're going to ask them which side it's going to go. Be prepared for a quick shot. And everybody, yeah.
Focus on that.
Yeah.
Call the obvious, that's it.
6 sides on that last shot. Make sure they get the
You need one ask.
You tell them to put it
You
out.
want to ask?
Yeah.
One, pull, side out. It was a good call.
I know, but we doubled. My bad.
At least we knew, no. We knew.
No, because we're back to the bathroom.
That's okay.
We have the right call.
Talked about it.
We
Yeah,
have the right call.
I was
That's
waiting
the most
for
important.
it. Yeah. Yes, sir.
What's the right call?
Travel from her.
Okay.
Back to the basket.
We talked about it in our pregame, so we both had it. We're like,
That's good. When you have a pregame, you back to had conversation about it. Then when it happens again, it means you're proactively alert.
Right.
Guy asked you a question. Okay. Just turn to him and answer the question. No more pressure.
Okay. Thank you.
I thought, but overall, your mechanics were great. Mechanically, I think you got to work out this. When you have plays in your primary, right, you have to be willing to get those plays in your primary. Y'all had a loose ball foul that happened right here. You're in the lead, you're in the slot, I'm sorry. You're in the slot. You had double whistles, but you got to recognize that's my primary and let her drop her hand.
Right.
So you do it by whistle, recognize the partner has it, and start to go to the table. Then he drops her hand and gets players lined up.
Yeah. Right.
But y'all went like, you got it? No, I got it.
Yeah.
You
I
know what I'm
remember, yeah, I
saying?
know exactly which one. Yeah.
So, but overall, good job.
Thank you.
Throw in right here. So there was a turnover. The guy came over. Okay. Did you do these 3 things? Did you check partners, clocks, subs?
I know I for sure did not check the sub.
Ah, baby, I like that.
I didn't. I know I didn't. Yeah.
All right, so that has to be automatic every time. You have a throw in, don't rush it, don't worry about what's going on, don't let the player say, give me the ball. Every time. Clocks, make sure they're right. You want to make sure that there's nothing at the table, an eligible sub to come in, and you want to know that your partners are ready. Because when you put the ball into play, your partners were not where they wanted to be. And if the guy throws the pass right away, guess what? They've got to go, uh-oh. Now you're back into the, what am I going to do? How do I get there? What's going to happen here? You know, you're looking over the shoulder, the guy just pushed him, you missed it. Okay?
My bad.
The person with, well, I like that apology. That's good. That's good. The person with the ball, when it's dead, controls everything. Control everything. Okay? So don't ever jeopardize yourself, the game, or put your partner in that situation. Overall, because you got playing start development. And how were you on that particular thing you wanted to improve?
Yes, there was one play where I felt myself step back before the ball had before it entered the basket. So I'd say I did pretty good.
Okay. So the learning piece is now that I've done it, I know I can do it.
Right.
Now can I be consistent with it? That's good. All right.
Really good in the game. I missed one stop because I want to put the ball in play faster because the clock is wrong. But I forgot that for sure. But for the next time, I try to return to the table side and figure out that.
Okay, went on. Okay.
10. Hit. 1 shot.
30. 7-2. Block. 2 shots. We scored a basket. 34. Hits him here. 1 shot.
11 seconds. Let's see who goes.
See if they'll be looking to get a shot out here. So just get an angle on it, wherever you can, just play. Play stuff. Just get an angle.
You gotta.
Man, I know you don't agree with it, but you can't bounce the ball and stuff.
Hold on. You better come together and talk about what just happened.
Yeah. I'm gonna bounce it over, right? Hold that. 10. Hit. 1 shot. Sorry, we do. So good.
Yeah, goals up by 2, so they're trying to, you can hear them defend that 3, but just keep an eye on the score when we go on each end, just know where the ball's at. But at this point in the game, if it's this close, if you've got an open angle on something and it's 110% there, we just grab it. Other than that, let it come to us. It's been coming all game. Don't go searching. Got it?
Yep. The mechanics were good. They had good patience with their whistles, and they did get a couple of good secondary calls. There are some things we can work on, as always, but for the most part, and with it being in the realm of what we're trying to do in September, the mechanics was the main focus for us on this, and they did that very consistently. Now, when we start October, when we start the play calling, we bring in all these things that we were talking about right here during the break. You see? So it's building, it builds. You start, the foundation is down here, put another layer on, another layer, and another layer.
Game 1 very different than game 2. Okay? So you all watched game 1, right? And now your game is different. So let's talk about a few things. One, you had a lull where it was just up and down, and nothing's going on, and it's like, la 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 la. The thing I want to just teach on is that when that's going on, and you have to be ready. I like the fact that you had a communication with you. That's important. Okay, you don't want to do that every play all night, but on that particular play, the dynamic was you were going that way, the player came that way, and whatever he was saying, you had an acknowledgement. And it wasn't like this kind of acknowledgement. You talked to him, you explained it, there was good body language, positivity, fix it, and then you go back to work. It was addressed, and put away. That's the key thing I want to say. In post-game, talk about me, not the crew. Let them talk about themselves. All right. Okay? Let's not have this love fest after a game about, yeah, well, we did. Right. No, you talk about what you did, and talk about what he did. Let her talk about what she did. Okay? Because you might say, well, yeah, I think we had the clocks, and he's thinking, well, I'm not so sure about that. Okay. We had like 3 times, we didn't do it. You are a team between the lines. In your post-game, with honesty that you want to have always, yes, sir. You can only speak for yourself. What I did, what I should have done, I didn't make the eye contact. Don't say, well, we didn't. No. Right. Deal with yourself. And it's kind of tough sometimes. You know, when you unify and you bond, it kind of feels good.